Hey, how's it going? Now, I was thinking the other day of what to make a video about on the channel. And for some reason, to my mind popped in this story from when I was like in pre-K. I was like 4 years old. And I don't know why I'd suddenly remembered it, but it definitely is an experience that traumatized the hell out of me when I was a kid. And it is probably one of the childhood experiences I remember the most. And looking back, it's actually really, really stupid, which is why I'm gonna retell it here on the channel. So, like I said, I was in pre-K, and there was this kid. I don't remember his name. I think his name was like Manuel or something. And he was like the class something or other, but he was like really mean for a 4-year-old, right? So one day, I don't know what the hell I was doing, what the hell he was doing, but he went up to my chair, where I was like, drawing, because it was like drawing time or whatever, and he just picked up my crayons. I was like, dude, what are you doing with my crayons? Because I was like, I was shy as hell, and I still kind of am. Anyone that knows me will know that I'm pretty shy, but he just picked them up, and I couldn't really stand up to him. And he just took my crayons and started throwing them in the trash can, and I was like, bro, what? So I got up. He threw a crayon in the trash can, like, and when I mean threw it, I mean he was like standing way back. He took it and like an Olympic athlete just flung it in with pinpoint precision. And I just got up. I fetched the crayon from the trash can, went back to him. He took it again. He threw it back. I was like, bro. And he kept doing this like 5 times until the teacher saw me and was like, hey, leave him alone. Yeah, let him throw away the crayons if he wants to. And, then 4-year-old me was so panicked that I got scolded. Because when I get scolded, I don't know, it just kind of sits with me. I don't like being scolded. So I just started crying. I started crying really hard. And then the pre-K teachers were like, oh no, what do we do with this one? So they brought me in to another teacher for the older kids. Which was terrifying for me because it's a teacher for like the older kids that were like what 5th graders at the time, and so they bring me to her and they're like, he's misbehaving, and here I am thinking that they're gonna kill me because they brought me to this older teacher, so I start crying harder, and then the teacher's like, hey, could you explain what happened? And so I'm crying way too hard. I can't even get a word out. So I think, in my huge cranium, that the best course of action would be to mime out what happened. So I go like, and so like, and so the teachers got even more pissed off at me because they thought that this motion was not representing that the kid was throwing my crayons. They thought that I was trying to hit the teacher. So then they accused me of trying to hit the teacher, so I started crying even harder. I was crying so hard that by the end of the day, when my grandparents picked me up from school and I got to their house, I was still crying. I was still crying. And so later in the day at my grandparents' house, my cousin, who was the not the substitute teacher, the assistant to the pre-K teacher, comes to my grandma's house, and she asked me, like for certain, were those crayons his or were they yours? And I am a bit more calm now, and I was like, no, the crayons were mine. He was throwing my crayons away. And so I guess the misconception was that they thought that the crayons were his, and they thought that I was impeding his right to throw away his own crayons, which honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I would give a 4-year-old, the free, the right to just start throwing away his stuff. But hey, whatever, right? Now, did anything ever come of this, of my explanation? Did I get untroubled? No, not really. I don't think the other kid got into trouble either. I just got my crayons back. But, that experience was so traumatizing to me that it keeps me awake to this day. Nah, but I don't know. I just thought it was a funny ass story that I should retell. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you around.
M&M's, sweet like candy cane.